Did.
You can play with it too. Whoops, LinkedIn says you're not approved. Oh, whatever.
Not just me, Okay. You jacked it up too. You on Google?
All right, let's go with
advanced settings.
Okay, fine. Let's do it. Okay, we're live, by the way.
Are? Oh, fun.
Cool. If you can hear
accelerated.
Thumbs up. We're testing this. I finally upgraded my internet.
Okay. I think I figured out how the device, the thing I'm supposed to click on here to make it all work. But it's too late. You have to run. Continue running background apps when Google Chrome is closed. No. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think we're where it's at.
Okay, cool. I think it's working. All right, we got Jack Austin. Hi, Jack.
Now this is streaming on my page too?
Yes. On the Prime Concept, yes.
Okay, let me get over there real quick.
Yeah, we're testing this with the new internet. So far so good. If you guys can hear us okay, please give us a thumbs up. Okay.
Guys, on my side over here.
Nidal, okay, Nidal says good morning. Good morning, Nidal. Thank you for helping us out here, but Jack Austin. All right. Hi, Ray and Dan. Jack says hi.
Hi, Jack. How you doing there?
Okay. Cool. Got Zach.
I'm running live.
Yes.
Should we introduce ourselves or just kind of do our thing? Hey, look at that. Find me here.
There you go. I'm posting it on your site first. We'll start in a second. Or we'll start like in a couple of minutes, guys. All right.
Okay.
I posted on your wall. I don't know if you need to approve it.
You did?
No, I just posted on your personal. See if that works.
You did? Okay. I was going to do that already.
Okay. Looks like it's posted. Okay. We're good. I think it's working exactly how we're supposed to do. All right.
Okay.
Somebody says, hey, boys. Joseph. All right, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. Joseph Cooper. And if you're commenting from the group, like from a group page, because it was shared everywhere, it will not show your name. So if you go directly to my personal page or Dan's personal page, then your name will show up.
Or Prime Concepts or whatever here too.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Mr. Dan Harley, finally, you made it. I'm trying to get
Hey, Joseph Keeper's on there. Hey.
Yes.
Hey, you're supposed to call me, man. So
I have known Dan for about maybe 10 years or so. And
yeah, or so.
and he knows a lot about tech. So especially with hardware, if you need any help, he's your man. So if I have any problems, go to him. And Joseph is the marketing guy.
I'm a marketing guy too, by the way.
Oh, and
we're kind of competitors.
Got some competitions.
Yeah, but he's got his group. I got my group. So
you're up in the high desert.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I actually got clients all over the place too. But anyway,
nice.
What in the world? Yeah.
So Dan called me. He's like, "Hey, let's do this." I was like, "All right, let's do it." I have a 2:00 with Joe. He's a good guy. About 30 minutes. I was like, "Yeah, Dan, let's do it right now." So
cool.
And here we are. We're doing it.
All right.
And I think I want to continue the conversation that we had, Dan, the other day regarding what businesses are doing right now, especially at this time with this coronavirus. How's business out there in the high desert?
Well, it like everywhere, it's pretty jacked up.
Let's be honest.
When the lockdown was coming on, I kind of jumped on the bandwagon. Naturally, first thing I do is try to help people. So there was a lot of my clients that need to, get set for remote working, and then I got a lot of other people just wanted to do that too. So I was very busy, doing all that. I didn't charge anybody for this. I just kind of get out there and show them what to do really fast. Get on, in fact, I put together a tutorial on my website. Hey, drop this, grab this, slap it together, go home. you know.
Give me an example of one of the business owners that you helped up there.
Oh, I don't really like to bring them all out because I have an NDA with that.
Not by name, just
yeah. Well, one was what you call a real estate guy. He kind of worked remotely anyway. Just had to really push it this time. And then I worked with a couple of contractors too, and not necessarily local here. They were someplace else. So one thing that really helped out is not people realize that the HIPAA compliance has been relaxed.
Really?
Because a lot of people had, and this is so that they're trying to make more room for people who had affected by COVID-19 to get to the hospital, without any issues. And those who are not affected are able to access their physicians, whatever, without having to travel anywhere. So the relaxed stipulation is your physicians are able to use like Facebook Messenger or Google Hangouts, whatever, to examine you if they need to. If they're able to do it, remotely without having to touch. So, and also transferring documents, which had been a real pain. All this stuff, technology has been here for a long time, but the approvals to use it is horrendous. So most physicians, most medical offices don't do it. So, for example, a lot of still use fax machines to send stuff back and forth. Because ironically, that is it's less of an issue trying to send a fax than to send an email between one facility to another facility. But with the relaxed HIPAA compliance, I was able to. With my mom, she had an appointment with the specialist, ear, nose, and throat specialist. I was able to get documents between the primary care physician, the hospital she was just at, and ENT with about 15 minutes, including getting approvals for images and stuff like that. So and she didn't have to go anywhere. Everything was on emails. So I think that should be the norm. And I think after the smoke clears with all the lockdowns and stuff like that, you're going to see, health services, whatever, the feds kind of relax. I didn't realize on the phone. The feds kind of relax on that. So
I think at this time, it's, I know it's a horrible situation, but there's something good coming out of it too. There's a lot of companies, they're setting it up for people to work at home for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And things like, you know what? People are productive.
Yeah.
I had a conversation the other day with he owns a company that helps businesses, with their workers to work at home. And one of his contracts was working with the government, with the city of Los Angeles. It's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
He was talking to the director, like, hey, I think the government workers should work at home. And the director says, oh, what if they don't do their work? I can't supervise them. The deputy director looked at his director and said, sir, they're not doing their work now, and they're coming in.
What's the difference?
and the argument is, it changes the traffic. It changes everything. Like right now, if you go drive in LA, it's no traffic. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, less smog. It's even at night. There's bird chippering for the first time I ever heard in LA.
Yeah, but there was a while ago, I forget, a few years ago, when the LA the smog went away, and I think it was a joke too. They said people were calling in the police department saying there's strange lights in the sky. Think about UFOs or something, But
right now, what should businesses do other than obviously trying to set up internally at home? A lot of them, like restaurants, they're not tech savvy. Should they, do the tech savviness now, or should they just call you?
I also set up a good segue there. That's another thing here too. I noticed a lot of restaurants, and it's pretty visible too. Probably the most visible businesses being impacted by the lockdown are restaurants. And you're going to see there was a very significant distinction with who's running, who's not. Most of the chain restaurants, they usually have already takeout delivery set up. I mean, if you look at your TGI Fridays, at your Red Robins and Applebee's and whatnot, they already have this takeout door on the side. And where if you look at the independent, like mom and pops and the family restaurants, they usually don't. So they're kind of unfortunately, because you're behind on that, they're getting pummeled in this time. You're either closing down, or really quickly trying to get in the game.
But is it expensive though? Is it affordable?
Not really, no. And well, just to jump in there and go. In fact, I put together another episode of my Tech Talk thing where I got a way to get somebody online. This is a new website solution I found. I just became a partner called PageVamp, where if you have a Facebook page, this thing here will take your Facebook page and create a website out, pretty professional website, in like 2 minutes.
Oh wow!
It's so fast. It's faster than what it talks for you and I talking about our kids.
How much is that?
It's like $15 a month. It's cheap and it's fast. I've been through. I've reviewed Wix. I reviewed the GoDaddy thing. A lot of these things, and I'm a big fan of WordPress. This thing is super fast. I was shocked.
Does it help with marketing though? Because you could create the most beautiful website in the world, but if nobody knows where it is.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. It kind of complements both ways. This is kind of geared up for people who don't have companies that don't have websites. They got to have a Facebook page. So this is it kind of amends itself together. You're pretty much on Facebook already because you haven't had a Facebook page. And on top of that, if you update the Facebook page, it updates the website too. So if you have events and stuff like that, so it does the same. So you kind of are already social networking with the system, as opposed to having independent website like Wix. Then you have to go on and figure out how to update your Facebook page or Twitter, whatever. You can update your Facebook page. It automatically updates the website. You put an event or a page or a post, and automatically updates the website. So yeah, it kind of forces you to communicate through social networking. It also has kind of an SEO leg to it, so you could implement that too. So yeah, it's not the complete answer, but it's surely a good go-to if you never had a website before.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
PageVamp. I think I got a link to on my website somewhere, primeconstant.net/PageVamp or something like that. So,
well, PageVamp.
PageVamp, yeah. So I think they got a 14-day free. If you go to my website, I got a 14-day free trial.
Did I spell it right? PageVamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
All one word.
Okay.
So, and I think I got a link somewhere. It's on my website. Got a 14-day free trial.
Oh, nice.
So a restaurateur can just jump on that, slap a website together. Also, too, I have on that episode, I think 6 of the most popular delivery services out there. And depending on where you're at, 1 or 2 or 3 are going to be the better one to use. Sometimes you might have Grubhub and then Uber Eats, and there's a few other ones out there. Off of conscious capitalism, where the chaos strategy? What's that about?
All right, sounds like a strong question. All right, Jack, you stumped us here for a second. Let's read it. Just got off the conscious capitalism presentation where the chaos strategies Fred LeFranc talked about North Carolina restaurant industry mastermind coming up. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that space. Are you familiar with that space, Dan?
Restaurant industry in North Carolina?
North Carolina.
I've been there before.
Oh, okay. No, I know. I heard a lot of good things.
Great place to golf. South Carolina is even better, but North Carolina is pretty good too.
But definitely, if you're a restaurant, you got to get on Uber Eats.
Oh yeah,
whatever. Because do they charge a fee to use their service?
Yeah, they all depends on which one. They either charge you. I don't think 8 of them charge you to sign up for them. But they take a little bit off the top for the delivery service, obviously pay the guy delivering it and stuff like that. And right now most of them are cutting a pretty good deal.
Okay.
And usually some are a couple weeks to get you wrapped in and stuff like that. But now they're just, because so many restaurants are down right now and they're freaking out, that these delivery companies are ramping up really fast, trying to get restaurants online. So that's one fast and quick way. Don't worry about a website or anything. Just talk to any 6 of these things here, all of them. Talk to other restaurateurs around you and find out which one seems to be working for them, and sign up. And a lot of them already have a online menu, for lack of better terms. So you just plug your stuff into it and rock and roll with it.
Because I notice as a consumer, when I order like from Uber Eats, the price on there is more expensive.
Yeah.
Than me walking in. I'm guessing they're not charging, the Uber Eats is not charging anything to the restaurant. They're charging the customer. Just take it off the top and they take care of the driver and so on. So I think it's no brainer for a restaurant. They need to sign up.
Oh yeah. You got really nothing to lose for the delivery services. So it's like and right now, most of these mom and pop restaurants rely on how many people fill seats. But if you're closed right now, I mean, here's one thing about this lockdown. It's kind of it separates the bullshit. It calls bullshit. If you're not making money now, whatever you're doing before isn't working. Okay, so that you got nothing to lose. You find 1 or 2. I'm not sure if they all allow you to work with multiples, but yeah, sign all of them up. No. It is essentially free money. It's icing on the cake. And on top of that, here's something else with the website. A lot of people saying, okay, the Uber Eats and all that stuff, the delivery service are going to take money out the top. If you don't want that, if you want to keep everything, then you need to, have a takeout. So that you almost have to have a website. That becomes the page vamp or something, WordPress, whatever.
And Dan, this reminds me back in 2008. I think that's when we met. You know how the economy took a dive, and everybody was getting really creative, how to market their business and so on. And a lot of them survived. So I have no doubt we'll go through this. This shall pass, and I think a lot of good comes from it.
Oh yeah,
you could differently. And
you
10
can tell right away that
10 years ago, website and Facebook is a luxury. It was like an option. I don't need it. People know where I'm at. Now it's a necessity. And what else can you do?
Yeah, you can tell right away that there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that's going to carry over after the lockdown. Okay, no doubt. There are a lot of companies out there kind of blew off their online presence. I'm doing okay and all that stuff. Yeah, what are you doing now? Okay, what are you doing now? How's it hanging? If you don't come up with a on how to pivot.
Oh, okay. I think in the North Carolina. Yes, you have to learn how to pivot. In any business, we're pivoting almost daily. All right, I need to adjust this. I need to let go of this. Get this guy. I need to hire this guy. It's
something else here too. Because we're locked down, you got time in your hands. If you're not doing anything right now, you may as well take you got time to figure it out. Call these delivery services, talk to a web guy, talk to PageVamp, whatever, get yourself online. And I'm not saying that having a website or the delivery service are going to be the answer to everything to keep you solvent, whatever. You might be more cost effective, just remain shut down and let your employees collect unemployment until it all blows over.
Well, speaking of that, is business owners qualified for unemployment right now?
The question about that answer better than I do. From what I understand, no. I think you got a better answer. So
because always in the past, we never qualified for stuff like this.
Yeah, we don't put away for unemployment insurance, all that stuff. So
I've been reading it. I guess there's a little bit more trickery to the words, and I think there's a lot of misinterpretation. They're giving you $10,000 loan / it could be a grant if you have payroll to cover you through this. That's one package. The other one, if you're an independent contractor, you could also file for unemployment if you're independent contractor. So
I know those specifics here. One's called Economic Injury Disaster Program, or EIDP. Okay, you get up to it's basically a SBA loan. Okay, modified for what's going on right now. If you're a for-profit, it's going to be 3.75% APR. Nonprofit, 2.75% APR. You get up to $10,000 advanced. Okay, that's what you're talking about. And if I'm correct, and I said in 3 separate SBA webinars on this, and I got 3 different answers, kind of. Okay. That advance, you can get right away within a week or 2, I think.
Okay.
And even if you're rejected, you have to apply for a loan, basically. But if you're rejected a loan, you get to keep that money, if I understand correctly. Okay. Somebody else says, well, you gotta be approved before you get that advance. So I don't know. I'm hoping the latter, So, but we'll see what happens here. Here's one thing for sure across the board. All this SBA advisors and brokers and stuff like that, they said, talk to your banker because they will have the details. You have to go through your banker first. And a lot of people says, well, where you go and go to your banker first, no matter what. And in fact, they could know in detail because if you have a relationship with the bank for quite a while, they'll know in detail which way you should probably go. So, by the way, the other one is called the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP.
PPP, yeah.
Now, that works really well if you got employees. Basically, you get a loan or grant up to $10 million to meet payroll. You can apply with 75% of payroll and actually up to 100%, including rent, utilities, and everything.
Okay.
If you're able to cover this with 75% of this loan with 75% of payroll, then it'll become a grant somewhere down in the future somewhere. Okay, so you can really get, in theory, $10 million free if you need that much.
All right. So I guess I need to interview somebody like who wrote this to get to the bottom line, because obviously the information is changing because it just literally just came out.
Like I said, I went to the horse's mouth and the 3 different horses' mouth, and each horse gave me a different answer. So it is kind of crazy. And also here too, a lot of the banks are just getting funded right now. And some of them are just kind of come up with these programs. Mm-hmm. Some of the banks are already kind of convoluted. For I understand, Chase is already funded all their loans.
Okay.
Which I found weird because last week, which I found strange because according to SBA, they haven't funded anything yet. So, and then B of A is adding their riders on top of the approval process. Which I'll tell you, be up front. B of A is a bunch of B of assholes or something like that. They're notorious for being terrible. So it's unfortunate. And by the way, too, if you, from what I understand, if your bank rejects you,
okay,
then the SBA will allow you to farm out, for lack of better terms. And bear with me here. Another reason why you want to go to your banker first is because security reasons. Because they have a relationship with you, they know you're you and legitimate, and not somebody that's going to go out and buy a plane and run into a building or something like that. So so that's what's going on too. So that's the reason why everybody. That's one thing I got consistency. Go to your banker first. Okay. Even if you have a 1-month relationship, or a 10-year relationship or a 100-year relationship, go to your banker first. And then if you get rejected, then you can move around.
Awesome.
So it makes sense?
All right.
So
right.
now,
one last thing that you would tell everybody as a word of encouragement or any big tip or any takeaway, what would you say?
hang in there. You know, if you're a business owner, you know, if you try to get back in the fight, you know, here's something else here too. Something with business owners, we never really rely on anybody else. Okay. We always kind of, it's up to us to sink or swim. I think this might be an exception. We might go out and reach out for help if there's out there. Hope you get help. Expect it not to be there. Okay, I think that's probably a good solid philosophy to think of here.
Keep.
So what do you think? Let's toss that answer, the question back to you.
No, absolutely. Before we go, I say that to everybody. Keep moving forward. And that's why it's so important to love what you do. Because if you love it, this stuff doesn't bother you. Because like you said earlier, this will show is this a real business or not? Because if you love it, you'll still stay in it and you'll hang through it. And that's exactly what happened back in 2008. It just, in a way, kind of washes off. Whoever wants was a difference between a wannapreneur and an entrepreneur. That's my favorite thing. So I guess this is it. It'll show.
Yeah.
So just keep moving forward. Keep your head up high.
Yeah.
It's just another day in the office.
Let me toss this back at you. How are you doing? I mean, you have a kind of a unique business. You just kind of started. What's going on with you?
Well, we have a startup for the past 3 years ago, and obviously every year we're keep moving forward. Some of you may not know it's called Authenticate Pro. We're fighting the counterfeit merchandise industry, and we've been making progress every single year. So right now, a lot of the retailers they shut down, temporary. So that's all our clientele. But there is some customers, like consumers, they want to authenticate things is there in their home, and a lot of online sellers, they're selling more now. It's so funny, even at this time. So it's definitely a unique situation, and we're learning from it, and just keep moving forward, like you said.
Yeah. Well, you know what? A large chunk of your potential business, China is going to be cut off there. Yeah. So,
especially if they're retailers. But I think something good is going to come from it because they're switching their model to online. And if it's online, they want more credibility from consumers. Especially if you want to buy anything, like if you want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag and you want to make sure it's authentic. If you buy it online, it's very high risk. But if you buy it on a store, it's low risk. So you, consumer, actually, you want the authentication, and those where the retailers are.
Sure.
So it's in a way kind of benefiting us.
Okay. Yeah, I remember in Vietnam there's a lot of knockoffs there. I went to this not really kind of their version of wet market, but open market. And I went and bought a pair of Nikes there, and it's spelled Nikee. It's like, maybe this is fake, but I got a good price. Got it for $7 a pair. So,
awesome.
But
all right. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Dan, for your time.
Hey, thanks a lot. This is fun.
We have to do this again, though.
Oh yeah. I think what we can do is like do it every day, every other day.
Yeah.
By the way, for you folks out there, one thing I've been doing here too is I've been pretty busy up until recently, just trying to help people, and I'm getting to the point I was trying to start seeing put my head up above water there and breathe a little bit. But I think Ray, you've been doing some daily podcasts, whatever. So, and I'm going to start doing that too. One thing I'm going to do too is start interviewing small business owners.
Yeah,
I got the resources of doing it, and get some visibility. Kind of 10, 20, 30 minutes of hi, how are you? What do you do? And talk about your business. And wrap it up so you can, toss on YouTube and Facebook and all this stuff and spread around to get some visibility. So Jack Austin, got an attorney friend who is anti-counterfeiting expert, getting major clients from medical products and AG operators there, monitoring the marketplaces. Yeah. Here's something else that can happen here too.
Thank you, Jack. Yes.
Yeah. We got I got some connections or that part of the world there. There's a lot of mainland Chinese people that want to get out of China. Okay. Here's something we should be appreciative here. We can have our opinions and not get killed. Okay. We can make as much money and not get killed unless you piss off Hillary Clinton. So, over there,
it's another podcast by itself.
Yeah. Over there's a lot of people that don't have those luxuries. There's thousands of people that died over there. And they had no choice, So, I don't mean to get political stuff like that, but this is something we need to be thankful and grateful here in the United States.
No, absolutely.
It is really bad in China. It's going to get any worse. It's going to get a lot worse.
Like in China, if you read the Bible or you declare Christianity, you could go in jail for life, maybe even die.
I know people that were about ready to head to jail. They got no idea why they're going to head to jail.
Yeah,
they were tipped off. They were fortunate that they were not home at the time, and they were close enough to get to Hong Kong really fast. And they don't know what they did. They still don't know. So yeah, it is crazy.
So it's definitely a blessing to be in America. All right, Mr. Harley.
That's why we're Red Blue here.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're helping a lot of people.
Man. Let's do this again.
Yes, let's do this again. This one doesn't count. This was like a test to test this internet thing. So thank you.
Yeah, we got a pretty good audience here. So,
yeah. All right, my friend.
Okay, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
How do I hang up this? How do I hang this thing up?
You're good. You're a tech guy. You figure it out. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Nadal. Thank you, Joseph, for listening in and tuning in. All right, have a blessed day.
See you guys later.
All right, bye.